Oh, my loves, how are you? So, a whole bunch of events, synchronistic events, led me to this moment here with you. I was receiving a download around the divine feminines stabilizing and strengthening into their own lane. And as the divine feminine collective comes into a deeper state of internal union, this is supporting her manifesting her dreams into the physical reality at an exponentially faster rate than what she's been experiencing up until now. I'm also actively recording this about a week before it's going to be posted. But again, there's a whole bunch of synchronistic events occurring that have guided that this is all going to sync up at the exact moment as we're watching it live together. Okay. So we are going to see what comes through with this. There are lots of levels and layers of activation and shifts happening for the collective. There are a lot more feminines coming into this very deep internal union. And many of you are being called to go to specific places to do certain activations or channelings or ceremony or whatever have you. It could even just be sitting with yourself and receiving downloads. But there is this energy and this message that's been coming through that the reason the inner union energy is so imperative for divine feminine is because as she is embodying it deeper for herself, and she's able to hold the container for herself for all of her own power and strength and energy. She's then actually ready to match with the divine masculine and his full power and strength as well. So, this is a very important key piece of establishing and stabilizing the divine union energies internally and externally on the planet. Okay. And many feminines have been called to ground and stabilize these codes deeply. I know that it's starting even prior to me recording this, but I'm being shown this is going to be going on over the next few weeks. And so a lot of this will probably serve as validation for what you've already been experiencing up until this point. Okay. It does feel that these are going to be strengthening as we're supporting the reestablishment of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energies on the planet, but really holding space for the divine and sacred masculine essences to rise and be reborn. And the feminines are holding this space to allow those energies to occur. Okay. So as you feminines have welcomed and opened and come into inner union with your own internal masculine energies, this is what is allowing this shift to occur planetarily. And of course, obviously honoring whatever the masculines have been experiencing along this process as well. I'm just speaking from this perspective because as it was divine masculine's role to hold space in the more dense energies as divine feminines went through their transformation, the feminines are now holding a space so that the masculines have the space to go through theirs. And so this has been very much an interdependent collective planetary dynamic that has been happening at the energetic layers and levels, but also obviously playing out in the physical world in different ways. Okay. So we're going to just go into whatever is going to be the most helpful messages for you at the time that you're watching this. Okay. So both these came out together. And what's coming through is you see how they're syncing up. They both have a red shirt on, tank top, jeans. Wow. Okay. This to me is speaking again how the internal and external energies are harmonizing. Okay. As feminines are in their higher states of rest, of recuperation, of rejuvenation, the masculine energies are also tuning into those energetic levels. There is a harmonization that is happening and awakening within both sides. And there's an energy coming through around the stabilization into the heart energies, like the root chakra of the heart chakra, where the counterparts are moving deeper into the heart space. And I think it was a while back that I spoke about seeing this in energy, where as the feminines are holding that stabilized space in the heart, it actually activates the masculines. So this feels important because I know that some of you have said, like, well, I'm not seeing it with the masculines in the external world. What I've been shown is that their initiation actually happens almost in the opposite fashion of the feminines, where if the feminines is in spirit and comes into physicality, theirs kind of starts from the roots in physicality and comes up. So it's just experience different. It's going to look different. It's going to sound different. But during this harmonization process, as you're internally harmonizing, that external harmonization is coming into play as well. I'm being drawn to the blue as well because it feels like this is also grounding in the energies of truth and communication. So it feels like there's going to be in the near future some physical world communications coming in. This will become experienced in different ways for all of you. Some of it will actually be real live face to face communication. And for some of you, it's going to be established in those higher levels and layers through the higher selves conversation. So, for those of you who feel called to really establish that telepathic higher self connection, this feels like the green light. Okay. And I feel like a lot of you have already been experiencing the ramping up of this. Okay. So, I know I want to get some specifics for the feminines. Okay. Yes. So, as divine feminine is in her own lane, what is occurring? Love this. Literally, already, I'm just going to tell you the picture that you see on the cover photo of this video. I already established it before I did this reading. And it's a feminine integrating with a wolf. Okay, a powerful energy. So, as the feminines are coming into this integrated state, they're in a space because they're neutral, because they're in the states of unity consciousness. This is opening their portal and their higher connection to the higher power in a way that is allowing them to co create actively with the universe, pulling their manifestations into the physical world in a very embodied physical way. Okay. And the wolves are standing out to me. I have a deep connection with wolves. My last name actually means wolf in Polish. So these energies are coming through right now to me. This is like sacred feminine essence. Like we talk about divine feminine, and I understand that as like our higher divine feminine energies, where to me, sacred feminine energies are really about that embodiment of the two, our divine feminine married with our human feminine essences in a very embodied way, where we're embodying our higher self into our human form and co creating our lives and our creations with the highest power. As divine feminine allows herself to surrender to those higher powers in cultivating her trust and faith in source, in her direct connection, she's showing the strength and the stability within her to be able to handle the information and the energy required to establish these connections onto earth, allowing the true higher codes, the true higher information to be grounded into her life onto the planet for herself, but also in a way that she is allowing these pure, neutral codes of divine union, unity consciousness, sovereign energy to flow through her and establish themselves deeper onto the earth, into the earth, marrying and coupling with Mother Earth herself, supporting her to reestablish her true essences as we are. Okay. What happens on the planet happens for humanity. And we're acting as vessels for this information. Okay. And so, as the feminines open to this higher power, and if there are masculines here resonating because you've been working and balancing your inner feminines, please take this in whatever way resonates for you, because I'm sensing right now that this is happening for some of you as well. And I want to acknowledge that. Okay. And so, I feel in this energy that the wolves to me are signifying her inner masculine and feminine essences coming into alignment. And it's like all of this, if they're an extension of her, it's like her and all of her power and ability to ground with all of those aspects in alignment with source. She's able to ground in that much more power and energy because her physical vessel and energy can handle it. This to me is again reestablishing what I said at the beginning, this being the divine masculine essences, the higher essences of the masculine energy, literally helping to be birthed onto the planet via the feminines. And wouldn't that make sense, as the feminines are the portal and the vessel for birthing energies onto the planet? Okay. These are high level messages. I know this. Okay. I am trusting that if you are here, you're ready to receive this. And if it's a little bit too much, that's okay. Allow it to simmer. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to support those. But overall, I do think that most of you who are drawn here to my energy are going to receive the messages and energies that you're needing, even if it's simply unlocking this power and this potential that's always been within you. And now it's bringing your awareness to just how powerful your potential is. Okay, loves? Feminine energies, birth energies onto the planet. Okay. Divine masculine, sacred masculine energies can help to support and fertilize those energies. Okay. Part of this inner union is so deeply important to be able to bring these energies through and to be able to hold and establish and birth the divine masculine essences forward. Okay. We have to be strong enough to hold the immense power that is the divine masculine energies. Okay, loves. This is big. This is really big. So I see why it's giving it a little bit of time to simmer to when we're experiencing it, to when these messages are going to come through. Okay. Because it's a process. I know I'm bringing this to you now, but there's been energies leading up to this, and there's also energies that are going to be coming after this. Okay. And there's no accidents that this is coming after the keys and codes and the Helios Gamos messages. Okay, because there's also many feminines that are coming into an internal Helios Gamos energy. Okay, as she's harnessing her own sexual power. I know that many of you have been in states of celibacy for this reason, because you've been in a dance in the divine with the divine masculine essences. Okay, there is way more happening than perhaps we have all been privy to up until this point. Okay. But if you have been in those states of celibacy, it is because you have been in a sacred union energy all along. Okay, loves. Let's see what else we have. Idyllic times, the Garden of Paradise, power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. So this wanted to pop out, but this was definitely with it. And so it's like where this has been summoning the power, power over difficulty, reclaiming your power, and the idyllic times. This is coming through is because the feminines have been reestablishing their power by reestablishing their own true essences, their inner feminine, their inner masculine, their inner child, their higher self, all of your aspects. Whatever it is, we don't even have to give them names. We're stating them because it gives us an awareness of just how much we're actually calling home. But as you've been calling all of those pieces back, deep in these levels of your own soul retrieval, it's allowing you to reestablish your true power and connection and allowing you to summon and call forth this 5D and higher new earth energy for the planet. As you hold these codes within you, and you're stabilized within them, you're holding them for planet. In each of you, each of us is in our own specific lane, so to speak, right? Like we're working collectively as a bigger collective, but we're each in our own lane, as the title suggests, because each of you has your own unique code, your own unique way of creating, your own unique envision of what this new energy is. And that is a very, very important piece of the bigger garden, loves. We talked recently about each having our own garden, but when we bring them together, we have the whole market. So, as the feminines establish themselves in their inner union and within their own stream of energies to her source, to the core of the earth, activating her full stream of consciousness and energy and power in whatever way you're guided, it's going to continue to open. So, you don't have to push yourself for it to look or be a certain way. You simply set this intention for this alignment. And then you start to allow it to play out. No matter where you are on the path at the time that you find this message, it's for you. Okay, loves? So you're activating your part of the garden. You're in your garden, growing your garden. Some of you, if this is newer, that's okay, because you know what? We need different gardens planted at different times so that we always have crops, right? So if someone's garden just got harvested, someone else's is ready to grow. Okay, we're all at different stages for a very specific and divinely timed synchronistic reason. Okay, so just know exactly where you are in your lane is exactly where you're meant to be. And thank you for being there. Okay, and being present with this message right now, because the divine feminines are holding a specific set of codes and energies to support the birth of this new earth energy. Okay. And equally, the divine masculines are holding their own set of codes and visions to help to fertilize these energies as well. Okay. We do not need to know how it's going to play out. Just know that it is. Just know that we're in this process on a planetary level, in that the visions that you have been shown, the dreams, the idyllic times, the gorgeousness that you've seen as a potential on this planet, we're in the process of planting those seeds, and we're going to give it space and grace, because the more space and grace we give ourselves, the more we actually make space for our power to embody. And as we're doing that for ourselves, you see how much space she has compared to this? This is kind of like bogged down. And that is sometimes where the anxiety kicks in, because we know it's, in a sense, it's meant to feel like this, but it feels kind of squished. Remember how that feels within you, so that as you give yourself space and grace, you can also share that with the planet, and especially for the divine sacred masculine essences that are going through their transformational processes as we speak. Okay. It's going to take time and it's all okay because they are equally exactly where they're meant to be when they are there, experiencing what they're experiencing at the highest levels. Okay. So we're just going to hold that space for all of us to go through this gorgeous transformation. And I will acknowledge I'm saying it's a gorgeous transformation, but it always doesn't look pretty. We know this. This is part of dealing with the shadows. Okay. But you're powerful enough to have reached this point that you're allowing these powerful energies to move through you and be birthed through you. Okay. With all of this said, you continue to focus on you. You continue to focus on your inner union, your inner guidance, your connection to the earth, your connection to your higher power. And you're going to continue to receive the guidance that you're needing for whatever your lane is, loves. That's it. That's the beauty of the surrender and the faith and the trust and the grounding and the embodiment is that all you have to do is show up in the present moment, being you, in trusting whatever you're receiving, cultivating and strengthening that trust with yourself, and allowing it to be birthed through you in the most perfect timing. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there because I feel like this is a lot. I would love to hear from you, of course. I feel like there's definitely going to be more that's going to come with this after this. Okay. As we move through the next days and weeks and months and really allow these gardens to flourish. All right, loves, I will talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed this and I look forward to seeing you soon. Love you. Bye.